The road to the knockout stage promo started last week with Team 1 and Team 2 is dropping this Friday, and in this video we are going to take a look at some players who could be featuring. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, look no further than IG Vault for the cheapest coins on the market, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Now I'm going to say straight away, in this video today we are going to focus on teams who haven't had a road to the knockout item yet. I do expect there'll be one or two teams which do get 2 cards, so they might get a secondary card on Friday or maybe one via SBC, but for this video we are going to focus on teams which, as I say, haven't already been given a special item in this promotion. So let's start by talking about some players from Manchester City. I've got 2 options on the screen right now. I think Ferran Torres would be a pretty popular one with him being Spanish and Premier League. Also, just the fact that when he gets a boost he's going to become a very usable card, and we've actually seen some pretty interesting upgrades on these road to the knockouts cards so far. Obviously Vidal got like a monster pace boost, and we could see the same with Ruben Dias, who is already on the screen here, and we've also seen some interesting like overall rating boosts. Like Sane went up +3 upgrades. I know he went +4 overall, but that's actually 3 upgrades if you're going up by the standard upgrade pattern, so that was really odd. So who knows what ratings we'll get, but what do you guys think of these ideas from Man City? I was thinking Torres or maybe Kyle Walker as well. Or Diaz, that I've obviously thought of 3 there, but I've only put 2 on the screen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. From Atletico, obviously we would all love to see a Llorente, but let's be honest, not many of us are going to be able to afford him. He's non-informed, he's already mega expensive, and I'm sure a live upgradable version of him would just be insane. Like, we are talking a lot of coins. So alternatively, I've thought of an idea. What about a Koke or someone who provides a perfect link to Llorente? I think that would be very good for the game, especially someone like a Koke who already has, you know, a semi-decent card, but with the right boost would become really good. So I think that would be, you know, quite a nice option. Obviously there's also Hermosa as well, who I think would make for a good option. We also have Lamar, another option which I think is pretty good. Obviously has the perfect link to Griezmann. There's kind of a theme going on here. I think a perfect link would be very useful. So yeah, I think Lamar, he hasn't really had any like brilliant cards in like the past few years, so would be nice to see another one. Remember at one point he was like meant to be like the next best thing, like one of the best wingers in the world, and like his career really hasn't, you know, gone along the same trajectory as I guess we all thought he was going to have a few years ago. You could probably also say the same for Nico Pepe when Arsenal signed him, but let's not talk about my club Arsenal in this video. I'm still upset about the Crystal Palace result. I promise the perfect links aren't going to continue, and remember I'm just suggesting players rather than, you know, saying that both are going to get in. But on this page we do have Kai Havertz and also Rudiger. Rudiger's got a very good item this year, and in any other FIFA I think his non-inform would be quite expensive, but centre backs this year are just so cheap. But a boosted version of Rudiger I think would be very popular, especially with Chelsea having such a strong squad this year and being very likely to get the upgrades. And for Havertz as well, what a card this could be. His non-inform, once again, very cheap, like most of the market, but on another FIFA would obviously have a decent price tag to it. I get the feeling if Havertz did get this boosted card though, this card certainly wouldn't be too cheap. So let's see what happens. What do you guys think of them options from Chelsea? Let me know in the comments. So the Dortmund options are pretty good. As you can see, on one side we have Marco Reus, and on the other we have Emre Can. And I know I've had Emre Can in many of my predictions before, but I just think he would be so perfect for this kind of promotion because he could have such a good card very quickly if given the right upgrades. The same for Reus, to be fair. And like we saw with Arturo Vidal getting that massive pace boost in Road to the Knockout, Team 1, I would love to see a similar thing happen to Marco Reus as well, just to make him a little bit more usable, or a little bit easier to, you know, want to use, I guess. Well, this page is pretty terrifying. We have some options from Wolfsburg, and we're going to start by talking about that French centre-back who is already incredible in this year's Ultimate Team, and an upgraded version of him I think would be mad. Honestly, I just want to know, what do you guys think this item would cost if it was released into the game? I'm thinking 500, maybe more, especially with it being a live item. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. On the other side of the screen, we do have what I think is a more likely option from EA, someone like Baku, who, might I just say, this could actually be a very good card if it gets the boost. Now, Wolfsburg are currently third in their group on 2 points, so they're going to need to, you know, start winning some games quick, but Baku could actually be quite good. Also, could eventually become a really good team player, sorry, for those who play with a 3-5-2 formation, because he's pretty well rounded for a player in Ultimate Team. If they do choose to pick someone from Sevilla, I think that this would actually be the perfect candidate, and that's why I'm not doing another option for it. I've got Montiel on the screen right now, and the reason I think he would be perfect candidate is because there isn't too many, premium right-back options for La Liga sides. There's a couple of good ones with like semi-decent pace, but no particularly, standout amazing one. And this card, I think, would just be really, really good for the game. It would offer, a very good right back to La Liga side. He's got the pace, and hopefully with the upgrade, he'll have some good defensive stats, and his physicals are already amazing. So I would really, really like to see this one happen. Atalanta are currently top of their group, so they certainly could pick up a card. And to be honest, I was looking at their team and I was thinking, who I want to get one? It's this Gossens or Hattaboa, because they are two cards who you just pack in like every single pack opening in Ultimate Team. So it's not about like how good this card looks, it's about the fact that it might be useful actually packing a special card from Atalanta going forward if they get a player in this promo, because their players are just so commonly in pack openings. So for Man United, it was pretty hard to, pick out a player, because so many of them in the past have already had road to the knockout stage items. But I'm going to go for De Gea, because I think he would just be, in general, a good pick. And also, we haven't had a goalkeeper yet, so he is going to be my selection from United. Although I certainly would not mind seeing someone like a Wan-Bissaka. I think that would be pretty cool. And even like a Bruno would be really good. But Bruno, I think we all know, is going to get a bunch of special items this year, so probably doesn't need to be, forced into this promo. But it's a year, so who knows. I kind of get the feeling they might go with someone like Pogba, Bruno, or Martial to sell packs, but like I've said before, Pogba and Martial and Rashford, all these kind of players have all had road to the final items before. But as we all know, EA are not opposed to repeating content. I don't know about you guys, but if Benfica were to get an item in this promotion, I would really, really like it to be Rafa. He's a player who's actually got a pretty decent non-inform item, so a nicely boosted version of him I think would be class for the game. And Benfica aren't doing too bad either, currently second in their group, so there is a possibility of upgrades, but it is worth noting they are in a group with Bayern Munich and Barcelona, so I think we're all waiting to see how Barcelona react to this bottom of the Champions League group thing. We'll obviously have to see, but maybe Benfica can hold them out, and if they do, their card, if it was Rafa, could obviously become a really, really good wing item. For Barcelona, we're just going to go for De Jong. We're going to go for a big one and just hope for the best. Like I just touched on, currently bottom of their group with 0 points, so they're pretty much going to need to try and win every single game from here on out if they want to get through. And obviously, if they do win every single game, their player won't just get one upgrade, they'll get both. So that would obviously be pretty cool. I did think about putting Ansu Fati in, but he's had a road to the final card before. That would be pretty boring. So I was looking for alternative options. And in the end, I just thought, you know what? Let's go for Frenkie de Jong. That would be a very, very good card for Ultimate Team. Okay, so let's now jump over to the Europa League and we'll talk about some options from there. Lyon currently top of their group, so a player from there would be quite nice. I personally would really like to see Aouar get in, just because I really liked his cards in last year's Ultimate Team. Alternatively, there's a bunch of Brazilian options. Lucas Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes, and also Thiago Mendes. So one of them I think also would be very popular. Napoli are another side who could have some really, really good options for this promo. I think a Mario Rui would actually be very good, because left back options in the Serie A, obviously you've got Alexandro and you've got Theo Hernandez, so an alternative option to them I think would be really, really useful. Also, he comes with that green link to someone like Koulibaly, who I just think that green link would be very, very useful for the game, because currently Koulibaly is not easy to get into like high level sides, so an upgraded Rui could certainly help with that in terms of options. Alternatively, what they could actually do is throw Manolas into this promo, and then we could have like, the combination of road to the knockouts Manolas and player of them of Koulibaly linking up very nicely, but we've already got a Serie A centre back in the form of De Ligt, so I don't think it's too likely. From Monaco, I think you all know, I'd love to see a Gelson Martins. He features in so many of my predictions. At this point, it's pretty much a meme. Alternatively, a Golovin would be really nice, just because he's quite a complete player and obviously does offer some nice links within the game. I'm sure a lot of people would be wanting to see a Ben Yedder. I personally do not want to see a Ben Yedder. We've had him get a live item before in the past. It was a nightmare to play against. Don't want that again. Thank you. A PSV option would actually be pretty cool. They've got plenty of wing options as well, which would make for good cards. You can see a couple of examples on the screen right now. Bayer Leverkusen, also another team that could have some really good cards. I think Diatta would be very nice, or even a Tapsoba, obviously could be really popular within Ultimate Team. Not as if the Bundesliga's already got enough good centre-backs, but why not throw another one into the mix? I'll be very surprised if we don't see a Leicester player at all. So I've actually got an interesting one here. I've got Castaneda, who, if given, you know, a sizable boost, like, as I say, that Arturo Vidal was, could actually become a very useful item. So, yeah, hopefully that one happens. I think that would be quite a creative one if EA were to go for it, but it's EA, and they probably won't. Alternatively, Daka, maybe, once again, with the right boost, could become a pretty good, cheap striker. And then to end off, I do have a couple of options from the Conference League. I don't expect EA to release many of these, maybe 2 or 3. I've gone with Mkhitaryan from Roma. I know he's had a live item in the past, and I know I've said numerous times I don't want to keep including them. However, I do think this one has a chance of happening. And then from Feyenoord, we've got a Sinistera, who would just make for a good card, wouldn't it? Look at that pace, love to see it. Shooting and passing on his normal card isn't anything too great, but with a nice boost, obviously could become a very usable card, especially since he's got the 4-star, 4-star. So that's going to do us for this video. Quick little prediction / suggestion video for the upcoming Team 2. Let me know in the comments who you think will feature on Friday. Also, don't forget to leave a like rating on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.